is that because of obviously how bad the result was and the performance was yesterday, or Monday rather, I, like you said, I don't know how well the Palace result will go at the weekend, but because the league is still fairly tight, if Man United do get a result, then it's back to as you were, because teams did drop points over the weekend, didn't they? But I think what Monday does do is it's a back to reality kind of scenario of like, that thing we were talking about and Frank, and he's going to get a haircut and blah, blah, blah. He ain't getting no haircut.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's park that one. There are going to be those moments where we do go 3 or 4 without a win, and if you expect, this wholesale change to happen because of that, it's not going to happen. As you like to say, would you usually say, Flex, batten down the hatches, strap in. That's the season. That's what we've got. Yeah, exactly. That's what we've got this season. And I think the frustration is we felt like that was what it was going to be last season, but it's going to be that again. Hopefully, it's just not going to be as bad. I do think that is the
Palace
season.
is going to be Palace. The guys lock in people.
Well, look, we said that. What I will say is we said that against Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was lying.
Going into Anfield, no, but you know what I mean. Going into Anfield,
yeah, most people thought definitely.
There was a general consensus of absolutely we're going to get fucking smashed.
Yeah,
we're going to get smashed, and we haven't won there in a decade. Flex, it's not going to happen. And this isn't me like out of like, oh, I really believe in this team and really believe in the players and the coach. This is me just sort of saying Premier League's weird this season. Anyone can be anyone.
And you know what? And you know what the worst thing is? Yeah, I know like this is the defeatist thing where you go the people who are so Amorim out. And people can say, you're 5-1 to talk, Flex, that's you. I'm just saying. I'm talking about the people that after every time we lose or win, it's back to Amorim. We won. Don't care. Not change my mind. This ain't fooling me. Lose. This is why I'm telling you. He's got to go. I'm not that guy. I said my thing against Grimsby. I'm here now. But my point being is that every time we lose, it does seem... It just intensifies, doesn't it? Like it
well, that's
it does.
What I said. But every game though can't be a referendum on Ruben Amorim. That's what I was saying.
It
before.
can't. Oh, that was it. Sorry, that was my point. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, just quickly. I know it sounds a bit defeatist, but when you look at the league, you go, well, I know it was the chance to go. If it would be in glass half full, I know this was the chance to get into the top 4, but at least we've got another lifeline.
It's not the end of the world. It's not,
Liverpool
lost.
It's
not,
which isn't
what people want to hear.
No one wants Everton.
You don't want to hear that.
Yeah, because it is defeatist. It is. The bar's low.
When your house is burnt down, you don't want to be told, well, at least you're alive. You go, yeah, but I've lost everything. My possessions are all gone and all that kind of stuff. It's you don't want to hear that at the time.
Yeah.
You don't. But
it is true in the context of everything. We're still on track.
But it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean?
It's not.
Certainly, you can feel a bit more defeatist about the future and, what's coming up. But this is also why, at the time, after those 3 wins, this is also why I pushed back on that whole, you need to apologize, for what? We're going to lose games soon. Right. I mean, we'll lose games soon. And then what? And then suddenly it's, okay, now actually, you know what? The manager, he does have to be out or whatever. Like, for me, like I said, I've done the, not high, not low, all that kind of bullshit. And also just, I've accepted the reality. I'm in my acceptance phase, Flex, yeah? Ruben ain't going anywhere. He is not going anywhere. Ineos are going to back him minimum to the end of the season. He will get another transfer window, this winter one. We will win some games. We will lose some games. And I think just dependent on how mental the league is, how tight it is, that will determine how up and down the league we actually go. That's it. That's going to be us this season. I'm in my acceptance phase. I'm not even going to do the standing. Oh, this is why Ruben needs to go. This is because we might win our next game against Palace. I know you said it's unlikely, but you never know. And then suddenly it'll be, see, this is why you got to back him. And then we might lose our next game. And it'll be, see, this is why you got to get rid of him. And frankly, I'm just tired. I don't have the energy for it anymore. I would much rather, look at sort of these transfers and go, all right, so how can the team get better? Which personnel, which players can leave? Because that is the other thing. Yeah. Some of those players still, they can't pass the fucking ball. Like genuinely, they can't. And Ruben even said this. I was stunned. Well, not really, but I couldn't believe he actually said it on Monday Night Football. You probably wouldn't have seen this, Flex, because you were at the ground. Jamie Carragher asked Ruben before the game about going more direct and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, oh, we started that against Liverpool. And he said, and really, the reason we started it against Liverpool, going a bit more direct, is we couldn't keep possession, i.e., we can't pass. We can't do short distance 5-yard passes because our players are so crap that they can't do that, or they can't handle the pressure or whatever. So we just decided, well, let's just go long then, because we'll just keep losing it in the middle of the park. And then he said the problem with that is it worked. And then we started to get too reliant on it. We started to go too direct. That's all we did. We said, let's just pump it long. Let's just pump it long. And we stopped sort of playing. But then, like we see on Monday against Everton, when they do have to start playing, they can't do it. So get rid of them, because you're not going to get rid of the coach. Get rid. Can't pass the ball. Players are crap. Everything's crap.
Exactly. You got to get better quality. In that good run that we were on, when we were like 3 games into it, and it's like, so when you do lose, you go, it's 1 loss in 5, or it's not as bad as that. The last loss was just last week. It's not back-to-back losses,
It's the manner of it. It's the manner of Monday's one.
It's exactly, because it really hurt.
Yeah, and it's at home and it's against 10 men. There's no excuses. I mean, when you're away from home against Forest and Spurs, even if they're bad teams or whatever, you go, it's away from home in the Prem. Points not the worst result in the world, but at home, 10 men for 70, 80 odd minutes, and you just offer nothing, then that's just embarrassing. It's humiliating. So of course it's going to sting,
Yeah. No one goes, well, it's only one loss in the last 5. You're still on the decent run.
Exactly.
Put it right against Palace night. It's more alarming than anything. And shades of what the team were. And actually not even were, what the team still are. What the team still have that in them. They haven't moved. Man United haven't moved away from that, where you go, well, that's in the past, sort of not being able to close games out, or lack of creativity, lack of quality, no impetus, not stepping forward with the ball. I was going mad. I was thinking Owen's will be on that stream right now talking about the horseshoe, because that's what we were doing, doing that.
Well,
and I was,
I got the picture. That was the one, Flex.
There you go.
Look, literally, that's in the 87th minute against 10 men. We got a flat back 6.
Look
nearly.
At that. See, so what have you got? I'll keep that on there in a sec. What the hell do you need? Ahmad's come all the way back because, defensive positioning, you don't need that many players behind the ball. Look, Xerxes there and Boomer's the furthest man forward. Like, why? 87th minute when you should be throwing the kitchens. And these are the things that will probably make Sir Alex vomit. Like, I swear to God. Like, it would.
And that's when,
not Man United.
And that is when, like I said, you can absolutely say, like, players, they're not running. They're not winning their duels, no aggressiveness, no intensity, but the players don't set up like that. That is a tactical setup, and that's when we talk about accountability. That is when the coach has to have some accountability on that, because
if you go lose 2-0,
that's a decision to set up the team like that.
You can do it, yeah, and that is the bit. That is the bit where I know we talked about adjustments, and he has changed some things because he told us, and he did. I didn't need anyone to tell me that. We knew that. I knew that. It's only people who wanted to complain about it. That's fine. But one thing he won't change is that it doesn't matter whether it's 10 men, last kick of the game, fucking cup final, whatever. He's going to have that set formation. What he should be doing there is go, all right, I don't need 3 centre backs. And even with what he's got, because I know pushbackers didn't have any attackers, mate, put Ugarte on, yeah. And then say to Bruno Fernandes, there's an extra body up front. Go and roam. Go and be in the final third. I'll just bring Ugarte on for Luke Shaw. And we'll just play for Lenny Yoro. He wasn't playing that good anyway. Bring Ugarte on for Lenny Yoro. Put an extra man in midfield and say you can go forward a little bit. And then Bruno, you go. And then there's just 2 centre-backs you've got back 4. Just do that.
I was going to say, literally. I was going to say, have literally go, how many people have you got up front? 1 person up front. Let's literally just have 2 defenders, outnumber them at the other end of the pitch. Make it difficult. Yeah. You know what I mean? Make it just
Bruno
throw something.
For 10, 15 minutes.
Do something. You know what I mean? Instead of that, like you said, the horseshoe and go... It's bullshit. It's not going to happen.
Bullshit.
You know what I mean?
And these are the things where you don't help himself. Even the most staunch Amorim backers of you lot are disgraceful. You can't want him out. He needs time and stuff. This is what I talk about. You got to earn the time, bro. You have to earn stuff. Like I know the manager, Sir Jim has obviously, there's no point getting angry about it because he said, I want to give him 3 years and got to give him time. I get
Ruben's
that.
not going anywhere to the end of the season.
No. But during the time, you got to show some stuff, bro. It's not. We're allowed to have demands. People act like we can have no demands of this manager.
Like, what is?
I think free hit bullshit all the time.
I spoke about this yesterday. What is really odd, and maybe this isn't the first time it's happened to Man United coaches. Ruben sort of came out after the game and was going, well, I expected the team to sort of push up and press up, and I expected the team to sort of outnumber them, and just nothing, that didn't change. And it does make you wonder, again, is Ruben into that territory that others, like Erik ten Hag and, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Jose or Louis van Gaal are in, when whatever they're sort of saying to these players, they're just not doing it. But I don't know. But they're still set up in the way that the coaches say. I don't know. There are so many different aspects of that performance, of that setup, of those players or whatever. We just go, it's just baffling. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I don't understand why. Okay, so why wouldn't they do that? Why weren't they running? Is it because they don't care? Is it because they're not playing for the coach? Is it because they're just not good? Like, why? Why? Yeah. Why, when you do put in some good performances for a few games, why do you then resort to that? Just pure shit. Like,
it's mentality. The manager says it before every game. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. So there you go. After a year, you still don't know what that's still your responsibility, bro. You can't just do what we do. As fans go, we don't know what they're going to do, what United's going to turn up. You're with them every day in training, bro. We can't just get comfortable with like, yeah, that's why he just needs to just get to. That's why he just needs to, because he doesn't know what they're going to do. Sometimes they'll run. Sometimes it's your job. It's still your job. That's it. That you're accountable.
But then people will point out, Flex, they'll go of that team that played last night, on Monday, sorry. There was only a couple of his signings in that team. It's still the old players, old regime, and more work to be done.
It's a mixture of everything.
That's the truth. That's the reality of it. It's a mixture of everything. Like I said on Tuesday.
I don't like all of one side, though. That's what annoys me.
That's for me. It's poor players, poor application, and a poor setup. So it's the perfect marriage of shit, basically.
Yeah. Exactly. Ray Carl says, this is why I'm waiting till we get more players at the end of the season till I judge anything on Amorim. You can't, because then you're saying you're not judging him at all on anything he's doing now just because he hasn't got what he wants. And I just think that's a free pass, Ray. We have to judge him on stuff because, like we were just talking about, we can judge him on. We're struggling to break down this team that's camped in a low block because they want to hold on with 10 men. For the best part of 87 minutes we've played against 10 men, right? And you go, you're not judging him on basically because he won't make things different to give a different proposition that Everton would have planned for all of it.